Hey everybody, I'm gonna stream this second video I'm gonna do for my bowl of chili. Full disclosure, I had myself a drink. It's gone now. This glass was about half full. I like these things called, excuse me, kind of burping a little bit there. I like these things called, shoot, what are they called? I'm kind of tired. I've been working all day. Had a long day. They have basically whiskey crushed up like cherries, or orange and bitters, and I think they might have some kind of simple syrup a little bit in it too. Actually, I'll tell you what they're called right now. They are called Old Fashions. And I don't really have all that cherries and or oranges and the bitters and the whatever kind of syrups in it. But I do have some Crown, and I do have some kind of mix thing that you put in it. Like you pour your Crown and then you put like maybe about a quarter of the amount of Crown that you put in this mix thing, and it kind of makes it makeshift old fashioned. So I had one of those. I haven't really been drinking much lately because my stomach is so screwed up that I went to get my lungs checked out because my stomach was causing such bad acid reflux that I was basically messing up my lungs. So I found out my lungs are good because I went to a pulmonologist because I had this cough that just would not go away. And I've had it for like 2 years, and my family was like, you need to go check that out. Like I'd be singing for my band and just coughing. And, it was weird because I would sing and I'd be fine, but then I'd stop singing and I'd start coughing like between songs. And, so I went to the pulmonologist. They looked at my lungs. They said, your lungs aren't the problem. And I knew I had ulcers, and I kind of figured it was my stomach, but I just didn't want it to be my stomach. I don't know why I would have wanted it to be my lungs instead of my stomach, but it's my stomach. So I'm back on omeprazole, and they told me not to drink, and they told me not to drink coffee or eat chocolate or do things that would basically contribute to the acid in my stomach. So I've been doing pretty good with it, but tonight I decided to have a couple drinks. It's Friday night. I've had a long work week. And after I had my drink, I was like, you know what? I think I want to do a little bowl of chili. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm live streaming it because I want to start live streaming a little bit more. And I figured this would be a good way to do these bowl of chilies. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Chille Decastro. So he is, I'm pretty sure, in Denver, Colorado. He showed a picture of some horses and then said it was ridiculous that they were in Denver. So I'm pretty sure he's in Denver. But anyways, that's beside the point, because what he's talking about right now is what's going down in Ironton. And let me tell you, some stuff's going down in Ironton, and I'm going to call somebody out right now. So if you go online on YouTube and you put in Bradley Spooge, Ironton Police Department, there's very few and far between videos that will come on this. I gotta say, there is Rights On. He didn't really talk about much in his videos, but he did post the actual booking information of Spooge into the jail, the jail ID and everything, so you can see what the charges were. So look at Rights On's video. He's got a couple of them, but they're, again, not really breaking down the whole situation. But Chille called him, right? On one of his live streams, he called Rights On, and we got kind of a little bit more of the story of what's going on. And, you know, I don't know if Chille's information is correct or not, but it seems like Spooge might have been staying with McKnight, another Ironton police officer. He's, I guess, maybe having some domestic problems at home with his wife. And for some reason, his wife, I guess, called the police on him for domestic issues, and he was picked up and booked for a misdemeanor 4 for domestic stuff, a felony 2 for trafficking in drugs. This is in Lawrence County, Ohio. Lawrence County Sheriff's Office is who arrested him, and also tampering with evidence, felony 3. So Chille was on talking about how, I guess he heard through the grapevine, some informant inside Ironton's, I guess, courts, that Judge Waldo is going to be in charge of these charges that are coming up against Spooge, and that he's going to basically allow them to be dropped as far as these charges I just read to you, and pleaded to something less substantial. And Chille brought up a great point, because if this happens, that is a major injustice, because it's not what happens with the general public. I mean, they're pulling people over in Ironton every day for, like, not using their turn signal in time, doing it too late, for license plate obstructions, for about any little piddly hall monitor type of thing that they can find to pull somebody over and then coerce them into being searched. Because, you know, people are afraid of the police, so they'll just roll over and let themselves be searched. And they're finding a lot of drugs, I guess. Maybe they're planting some drugs. Chille kind of alluded to this, and I think it might be a possibility. Although I can't see it that big of a reason for planting drugs, other than maybe keeping the eye off them and what they're actually doing. And when I say they, Chille brought up a great point. It's probably not just Spooge. Maybe they might want to look at McKnight. If, I guess, Chille said these drugs were found at McKnight's residence because Spooge was staying there, and there were kids there in that residence. All sorts of things are going down. And I'm looking for videos on this shit, people of Ironton that can probably access this information and talk to the people in their community and find out some gossip. Yes, gossip. I know it's not good, but hell, I'm interested. I want to know, what's the gossip? What's the gossip in Ironton? What's going on, people? You don't have to say it's true. You could say what you're hearing. It doesn't mean that it's true. You're not slandering somebody. You're not misrepresenting the truth if you just say what you're hearing. Could be true, could not be true. But I want to know. I want to hear it. Because it will greatly contribute to this Chille Decastro unfolding story that goes on daily that I'm enjoying. But anyways, this is Ohio, right? I live in Ohio. Doesn't look like the people of Ironton are doing much. I might myself, because I am, you know, a citizen of, I guess that's kind of lame, citizen, whatever. I'm a resident of Ohio. I may not be a resident of Ironton, but I might still have some skin in this game, right? Because this is going on technically in my community. It's in my state. maybe it's not in my county, but it's in my state, I might have a reason to call down there and ask some questions and send out some emails. And if I do, believe me, I'm going to let you guys know. Maybe I'll send some emails and I'll read them to you, what I send and who I send it to and who I CC. And if I get any answers to any of the questions I have, which I have a lot of questions, like, for instance, Chille was talking about the prosecutor, I can't remember his name, and him needing to be dismissed on this and all that. I don't know if I agree with that. I would rather this prosecutor be under the microscope so we can watch and see what he does. Let's see if he does something unjust and he lets this guy plead down his charges. Because if he does, that shows that the thin blue line, the basically the gang that's going on in Ironton is running the show, and they're doing it in front of everybody and nobody cares, which would speak to the lack of video content right now going on around this. For the amount of people that are talking about Chille Decastro online, this is kind of a reflection that is kind of disturbing, that nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about Bradley Spooge. Nobody's talking about Bradley right here. Bradley. Nobody's talking about Bradley. Bradley Spooge right there. You see him? See Bradley? See Bradley? Nobody's talking about Bradley and what he did. You know, I'm with Chille on the drugs thing, and I'm with Chille on the prison thing, and how ridiculous it is that we're sending people to these things that don't work. But if you're gonna, terrorize people in your community with this stuff, you should hold everyone accountable, right? So let's see if Bradley Spooge is held accountable, or if somehow he gets off the hook in some way or form. Like, he ain't gonna get completely off the hook. Now, I would be interested to see more video content like what I'm making right now about this. Bradley Spooge's name in your video, talking about this, because the more light and the more people online talking about this, people with channels, right, the more they're gonna pay attention to the fact that people are watching what they're doing, right, and less of a chance of Mr. Spooge getting let off by this prosecutor. And it will also give us more ammunition if they do let him off, because there will be more of a community outrage, and it will be apparent because it will be documented online, right? The people don't want this. The people want justice. The people want to see what you're doing to them being done to their own, right? Not just a one-way street. So Chille doesn't think that Bradley's going to be prosecuted like somebody else would be prosecuted. He thinks that Waldo or somebody, the prosecutor, somebody's going to give him a break, right? I have a different theory on this. I think that it's in our hands, especially you guys in Ironton. Like, I live in Ohio, so I might be able to contribute minutely to it. But if you guys in Ironton started talking about this, started really talking about it, calling them, asking them what they're going to do about it, letting them know you want Bradley Spooge to be held accountable, just like all the people that get pulled over every day and thrown into those, I'm going to use Chille's terminology because I 100% agree with it, those dungeons, and those torture cuffs get put on them, and the dehumanization of all these people gets done. If Bradley can weasel his way out of that with the help of the corruption of this Blue Line gang, it'll become very apparent. It'll be some good content for a lot of people because it will become so apparent. But I think that if we bring light to it and enough people talk about it, maybe enough people call these people and ask them what they're going to do about it, they're going to be so chicken shit scared that they won't do what they normally do, which would be to help Bradley Spooge get off. Instead, they'll turn on their own. That's what I predict is going to happen. But it's going to take people actually stepping up to the plate, which I'm not seeing on the internet right now. I saw a Rights On video. What about you, Ironton Auditor? What about you, buddy? Your name is Ironton Auditor, and you haven't posted a video for 5 days. So what do you got to say about Bradley Spooge? If you say nothing about him, then you are a complete joke, buddy. If you don't go in on this is a huge news story, right? It fell right in your lap. A huge auditor's fucking wet dream in your own town fell right in your lap. And if you do nothing about it, it speaks volumes about what you really are. You're not an auditor. I don't know what you are. You're making more videos about Chille than you are what's going on with the police is what you are. You're following the police around. And you're not calling them on their bullshit. You're just kind of watching and asking them what happened, hoping maybe they'll tell you, because they will, because you're being a pussy. They'll tell you what's going on because all you're doing is following them around and asking them, hey, what'd you do? And you're not giving them any shit for what they're doing. You're not saying, hey, why are you pulling people over for this petty stuff? You're letting their excuses fly. Oh, we got a big drug problem in Ironton. Guess what? Yeah, they do. And guess who's the cause of it? The police. Major part of it. Obviously. Very obviously. Bradley Spooge. So, yeah, today was a good day in the realm of Chille for my entertainment. He brought some major content. He's not even in Ohio or Ironton, and he's putting out more content than the people in Ironton. That says a lot. He's putting out more content about this than Ironton Auditor. Says a lot. So I'm really hoping you'll prove me wrong. You'll step up to the plate there, Ironton Auditor. But anyways, there's that. Then there's the dog thing. I just watched his dog video. It was disgusting. I had to turn it off. I couldn't watch it because I don't want to see people getting hurt like that, and it made me sick. And yeah, it's obvious we need to take these dogs away from these fucking psychopaths. What they'll do with those dogs, what they do with everything they have. We need to take everything away from these psychopaths. We need to take all their money away, all their funding, defund the police. Boo-hoo. Oh, we can't defund the police, because then, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Take all their money. I don't give a fuck. I'll protect myself. I'll protect my family. It should be my job anyways. I shouldn't outsource that. And I don't want to outsource that. It's extorted from me. The money to outsource that, it's taken from me without my approval. And that is wrong. And yes, Chille is not an anarchist, but I certainly am. And I'm very strong in those beliefs. And I will back them up with right and wrong. Because it's as simple as that. It's wrong to take my money. It's wrong for me to have no say in how it's used. It's wrong for my money to fund abortions. It's wrong for my money to fund wars. It's wrong for my money to be taken from me and contribute to all this evil that's going on, making me complicit just by working and trying to make a living. And that's so apparent to me that, I'm going to be talking about it till the day I die. Maybe I'll be an old man. Who knows? But I'll be talking about it till the day I die. So that's kind of a little bit heated me, because kind of got my blood boiling. Hearing that maybe Spooge's going to be pled down, and watching these people get attacked by these police dogs, and that's something Chille brought to me today. So that's my bowl of Chille today was kind of spicy. So I'm going to go ahead and get off this now. But there's my bowl of Chille I ate today. All right. Have a good one, you guys.